Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Puro Bar Lounge. My name is Papa Keith, and I will be hosting this live podcast with you guys in the building. I'm really excited about it, and I'm really excited to be a part of this amazing situation that Janey has going on right now with Hilo. Just a little background on Janey and myself. When I woke up, when I got woke, I guess that's the popular term now, and I decided I wanted to do more for the community here in South Florida. I quickly connected with Janey, and she took me around, introduced me to all the major players, all the people who were putting in work on the ground level, and she really got me acclimated. That's strongly the reason why I have my organization today, PK for PM, and I'm able to do all the amazing work in the community for the past 7 years. So thank you so much, Janey. I appreciate you. And you can understand why this is so special for me to see and be a part of your jumping off and taking Hilo to another level. You know what I mean? Now it's time to get started. Again, big up to all the sponsors. Thank you for everyone who came out here to enjoy this special moment with Janey, and all those who are ready to open up their pocketbooks and purses or cash apps or however we could get this crowdfunding going. We appreciate that as well. So without further ado, I'd like to bring Janey on stage.
That was a welcome. Thank you, BK.
You know, we try. Watch your leg. You would bring your drink on stage. Could somebody hold us, Lexi?
That's what the people do now. Don't
You don't need it.
drink it?
All you need is your fan. A lady what? Okay. That's what's up. Vodka then, right?
Yeah, that's what I should have did.
Yeah, vodka.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from Carroll City, so you know how. Sometimes I forget.
So first I'd like to start off by asking you, what is high-low? And you know, funny enough, I'm not going to say it, but towards watching the video, I figured it out. But I was always curious of what high-low really meant, you know? So could you explain what high-low is?
Yeah, actually, somebody told me it was a corner store in Carroll City called Hilo at one point. I was like, no, it's not named after that. It's actually short for hyper local, and it's a term that I learned when I was in college. And I was like, oh, like it's a hyper focus on like certain areas, or it could even be a group of people. But for me, it's about Black South Florida. So for us, it's about hyper local Black South Florida.
Sounds great. I figured it out in the video, but thank you for explaining it. So the next question I have for you is, we work together at iHeartMedia, and we know the struggles for working for these big companies and stuff like that. And so I want to talk to you about entrepreneurship. What does it mean to you, and how has that process been with Hilo?
Man, it's been tough, but it's been rewarding and it's been exciting. And for me, I think, when I was working with you at iHeart, I was at a crossroads. I was like, I actually enjoyed the job and I liked it, and I was, decent at it. So it wasn't like, they kicked me out the door. But I saw what I was doing for them, and part of going to iHeart was to learn the business of media sales and how to do that, because I know content from being a journalist, but I didn't know how to make the money. And then one day I was just like, I just real shit. Sorry, mommy. I was like, I'm never gonna be this young and single and childless. I should take the risk. I had this vision when I was in college, and it was coming together when I was at iHeart. And I was like, okay, I have these skills. Let me take this risk. And for me, entrepreneurship has been freedom. It's been self-evaluation, self-growth. And it's something that I wouldn't trade for the world. Like, for me, I feel like I'm truly walking in my vision and my purpose. It's not easy. I think, I'm learning every day. But for me, I think I'm so passionate, and I believe in our community so much. And especially black people. Black people are so beautiful to me. All across the diaspora, like whatever language you speak, whatever skin tone, like just black people are so beautiful, and everybody has a story to tell for me. And so that's so important to me. And I was like, also too, working in white media, you realize that the power structure doesn't look like us. And so, even if you rise in the ranks, you don't own it. And so for me, I was like, ownership is important. That way I can control the narrative. A lot of PR reps send me press releases and stories, things that they may not be able to get placement. They're going to get placement on High Low News. And I want people to know that, like, we are about telling and sharing the full humanity of the Black experience. So for me, this is like, it's entrepreneurship, but it's also too, like, purpose-driven for me.
Talk about the transformation too, because a lot of people talk about being entrepreneurs, and you see since the pandemic, it's turned over a lot of entrepreneurs. People have decided to believe in themselves, which is great, but it's a different dynamics. There's like depending on what you're doing and what you're going after, there's no days off, there's no punching in and out, and there's no I'm done at 5 o'clock. Could you talk about the process and what about the process that you like and you don't like?
We'll start with the like. What I like about the process is, for me, having the limitless opportunity to go after stories that I want to go after, to tell them in the way that I want to tell them. Like, even, I don't know if you guys saw in the video, like the way I put my headline, Everybody Eats B. It was about the Northwestern store going to the state championship. And so that's not a headline that I could do at the Miami Herald. Like, you wouldn't even get that paid in full reference. So for me, it's being able to, like, have these cultural references, even with me putting that joke into the pitch video about the Source Awards and the Suge Knight. He's like, come to Death Row. Like, those type of things I get to have fun with. I get to be creative, and that's what I really, really love about what I do. And also, too, building something that could be legacy, that could be in my family, and then also, too, that can make a difference in my community. So for me, that's what I really, really love about it. I would say what I dislike about it is just what they don't tell you. Like you said, they don't tell you, like, you really don't get off. Like, I went to sleep at 5 a.m. and was back up at 9 today. Some days are long. Sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes I'm depressed. I make sure mental health is very important. I have a therapist to make sure that I get through, whatever I'm going through mentally. I make sure I have a very strong circle. Definitely have to give a shout out to a lot of my tribe that's here tonight. The main person here, talented, is my mom, Alexis, Tiffany, so many people, Claudette, my auntie Claudette. Like, everybody's, that tribe is very important. But I would say too, like, the mental marathon that you go through as an entrepreneur, that people don't tell you, it ebbs and flows, and that's just a part of the process. It's not fun. It's ugly. Sometimes you feel ashamed. Sometimes you feel silly about going after something that you just don't even see physically the success of it, but you're putting in so much energy for it, and you're like, I should have $1 million by now, like, it's and for me too, it's also like, the Kanye West line, like, I was having nervous breakdowns, like, damn, these niggas that much better than me. Like, you feel like that, and you see people who don't, it looks like overnight success, and they may have more followers or more, money, or appear to have more money, and you feel like, I really, really care about this. This is cool. This is what people should be rocking with, and that part is the tough part that I don't like, but I also, too, I'm learning to trust the process and learning that it's just all a part of the journey. And ironically, some advice that came from the old president of iHeart, Brian, he said something about the sales cycle. He was like, it's a circle. And he was like, you're up, and then you come down, you hit your low point, and you're back up again. And I keep that in mind, because when I hit those really dark points, literally, like, the sunshine comes the next day. So I'm like, okay, it's almost now I kind of rejoice in it a little bit, because I'm like, okay, something good is going to happen. And it's just more so tricking your mind to get to accept that. So that's like the rough part of it, but I accept it all. Like, this is what I signed up for.
That's what's up. Well said, right?
You taught me a lot too as an entrepreneur. Like, watching you over the years, I definitely got to give you your props for that, because
the thing is, you never stop learning, right?
Yeah, never.
You never stop learning. I like to, when I do the interviews, I do interviews for a living. New style I brought in, and I definitely want to do here with you tonight, is give people their roses, their gold roses, while I have the opportunity to do it. And I must say, like, with high-low from my own experience, if I've never told you before, it really does a lot for me because, we're busy in our day. And if you're not a part of the, let's just say the government news cycle or certain news cycles, I won't be able to really tap into it the way I would like to. And high-low, it delivers it to me. And like you said, in such a way where I can really connect with it. I remember I used to get my news from Comedy Central. I'm being real because, yeah, like Trevor Noah, exactly, because it just wasn't so serious, but it's still delivering the same news. So, I kind of look at high-low in that same lens as like, right, I do. It's like it's for me, you know what I mean? And I even share it, I send it to other people, and it's really good. And when you talk about hyper local, you've done a really good job of being hyper local. When I'm able to see some people that I've probably had a chance to interview, and then now I see, you interviewing them or you giving them some light, like we're struggling, a lot of us here, trying to be entrepreneurs or in our businesses and stuff like that. We always need help, and any little help helps, right?
Yeah.
So high-low provides that as well. It's like a community within a community, if that makes sense. So I just want to give you your props on, deciding to follow your heart and doing that, and then knowing that what you're doing, what it's doing for others, you know what I mean, is really special. So, cheers to you.
Don't make me cry, people.
All right, I'll move on. So when you talk about local, hyper local, what does local mean to you?
To me, local, it's like that's home. It's familiar. To me, like, I had Lorna's in there. It's like being able to go in there and people, you have a drink with them. You may go in there solo, but you're going to still end up with a group of people. It's coming here. It's coming to, it could be the MLK parade. It could be, going to an event at the stadium in Carroll City. It could be going somewhere, in Broward County. Yes. It could be, for me, that's a local. I also, too, what's important for me with high-low news and how I share our local, I feel like the vision of Miami when you're not from Miami is that we don't exist. And there are a million people between the county lines, from Palm Beach to Florida City. There are a million beautiful black people living in South Florida, and we're very much a strong part of this community. And so for me, like, that's local. Going to Piran, going to Richmond Heights, going, like I said, Liberty City, Carroll City, Miramar, Pembroke Pines, Lauderhill, like, that's my local. And so for me, it's not even to exclude those other places. I just feel like we don't get enough shine and attention. So, like, that's my local, that's my home.
And we appreciate your local. Another thing I want to highlight that you mentioned, that you have a team of all black women. And, I've been...
Yes. Some of them in here tonight. Hey.
Ladies!
Tiffany.
So something I've been noticing, too, because I operate in that space as well. I just feel that women are a lot more loyal than men. They work harder than men. But, we know that the connotations have been there over the years that black women can't work together, black women, they jealous of each other. And I've seen, whether that's true or not, I haven't, investigated that, but I've seen over the last, I would say, quite a few years now, black women specifically coming together and doing some amazing things. And remember, I would talk to you about, I started seeing it with Megan Thee Stallion. Before it used to be like only one black female could be like the top rapper, right? It was either Nicki Minaj or Lil' Kim and Cardi B, and they were all bicker. And then I noticed when Megan Thee Stallion came out, she was inviting. She would do stuff with Lizzo. She started working with all the women, and it changed. It's like no longer that. Okay, Doja Cat's up right now. Cool. And then Megan, and then this, and then, so I've been noticing the trend of, black women working together and doing amazing things. So you speaking about having a team of all black women, can you speak about your experience with black women and working with them?
Man, black women, oh my gosh, superheroes, come on now. Superheroes. I think, To me, I always tell people when they say that, I say black women put me on. It's like starting from my grandma, my mom, my aunties, like watching them. Like my connection to politics is watching my mom and my grandma. Like they would walk to the polls because that's how important it was to them to vote and to be a part of that process. And even like when I got my start in journalism, Audra Birch from the Miami Herald, Nadege Green, so many women, Yvette Harris, Suzanne McDowell. Like when I was an intern, these women put me on. They would give me stories. They would give me opportunities. They would give me advice. They're still there. Even in the amazing black women that are here tonight, like, you know, you guys, I don't see that. And when people said that, I'm like, maybe that exists, but that just hasn't been my reality. And honestly, I don't think that ever's been the reality. I think, like I said, we didn't own the media, so they pick and choose what they want the world to see of us. But I think now with the internet and people being able to take control of the narrative, we're able to see that we actually do work together. We've always worked together. And to me, it wasn't even by choice. It's not like I'm biased and, you know, I only wanted to work with black women. That's what came and supported me. And even like, you know, Joy with Miami 360 app, she's here, Danielle Jeter, so many people are here. These women, they have businesses and we'll just reach out to each other like, and be like, hey, you need help, you need to do this, you want to do that. Like, I just think that's just black women. Like I feel like that's cultural in us to help each other. And I'm actually glad that now the narrative is shifting. And like you say, from hip hop to business to community, like, we're like, nah, we're gonna do this. Like, we don't care what they say. We're gonna help each other. It's not, you know, Tiffany, what you say, it's collaboration, not competition. Like, let's help each other. And I think we've always been doing that. And I think it's very important to keep pushing that narrative forward because I think it just breaks down those stereotypes.
Excellent. Let's talk money. You have some big plans. I saw on the video you plan to expand, which means you're going to have to hire people. You know, you have a lot of great ideas. And, of course, you know, we need money enabled to, you know, to enable these ideas. So, you know, what's the plan to be able to fund all these amazing ideas? I know we're here at a fundraiser now, but give me a little bit more detail, or give the audience a little more detail about your vision and what you'd like to see and accomplish, you know, if you get the proper funding.
Yeah, for me, fine-tuning the business model has been the main thing, and it's taken pivots over the years. I think someone mentioned to me tonight, one of the men tonight, we were talking about business, and that's what it's about. And so right now for us, our revenue model is going to be based on, of course, ad sales and sponsorships, but also introducing our membership program, which is functions like a subscription service. But for right now, we're building the infrastructure, so we're crowdfunding to improve our technology and our user experience so we could build out our membership program. And so for us, the membership program will work in a way where, you know, you'll get exclusive content, you'll see it first, but we also are partnering with local businesses so that you could get discounts or perks for being a member. And we actually have businesses who are ready to be a part of that program. We just need to build out the infrastructure. So to me, Hilo News operates like a social enterprise. Even though we're for profit, we're mission driven. And so that's why we're doing our crowdfunding campaign and reaching out to the community to help us build that out. And so for me, that's what it is right now, like fine tuning that, building out that revenue model. And then also too, once we get that working, then I want to duplicate that and expand to different markets and just keep duplicating that model. And for me right now, it's just funding, like whether that's crowdfunding, VC funding, you know, investments. Like for us is, you know, just going after that so we could build that out. And I think that once we have the proper funding, you'll be able to really see what we could do. We actually were awarded a really big grant last year that helped us to bring on the team members that you saw and to expand. I think once we get that infrastructure in place, we can really be a real player in the market, in the media game. And so I think a lot of people just thought it was like, oh, like what is Hilo? Like, is it a magazine? Is it a newspaper? It's digital, you know, it's a digital blog, it's a news site. And I always say, I want to be like the Knight brothers. Like the Knight brothers who own, initially started the Miami Herald, they have the Bradenton Herald and all these papers across the country. That's what I want Hilo News to be. I want us to be in different markets across the country like the Knight brothers. I want to be the black woman Knight brothers.
That's what's up. Black Knight, yeah.
Black Knight, yes.
Right?
Who that is, Melissa?
we getting all kind of bonuses up in here tonight, man, from the audience. Listen, this is a great, 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 great presentation. I'm excited for the future of Hilo. It's something I would pay for. So when you talk about subscribing, you know, that's how they do now. They give you something for free, put a little taste in your mouth, and then once you bite at it, it's like, all right, you can hold this for 12 a month, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think it'll work. You know, I think the plan will work. I think you're really onto something, and I'm very excited. And, you know, obviously I want to put my money where my mouth is as well. So, you know, I definitely want to contribute to Hilo. I want to see it grow, you know. So you could definitely count on my support. And I'm sure if anybody out there right now wants to share a similar expression of support, not necessarily amount, but if you know that you're going to support Hilo, just make some noise up in here.
Thank you. You can go to HiloNewsMiami.com. You can be able to donate. We can talk about it, have a conversation. But thank you. And I also too want to give you your flowers. Thank you for investing in me and helping me in this game. I really appreciate it. For you to be a veteran and to work with people who are unknown or give them a chance, like, it really means a lot. And for me, it was really important for us to have this conversation. Like, I didn't want to have this interview with anybody else because I know, like, you get it and you understand, but I also too know that you respect my brand and the vision that I have. So I really appreciate you.
I absolutely do, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So that ends the podcast portion of this. If there's any last things you'd like to say or mention or comment on, I'll let the audience know.
Yeah. Thank you guys again for coming out. I appreciate y'all so much. I have no idea. This is like a dream come true for me to be able to do this. This is our first official Hilo News event, so hopefully you guys will see. Well, you guys will see more. You guys were telling me to speak it. You guys can follow us on all social media platforms at Hilo News. Go to the website, subscribe to our newsletter. How you can support, like, share, tell people what we're doing, why we're doing it, why it matters, and just, keep liking the comments and liking and commenting on social media and sharing. It goes a long way. And I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy night on a Tuesday to come out and support, Black media, and learning more about it. Like, you guys are superstars to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Give everybody the website one more time so they can have it in their brain.
HiloNewsMiami.com is on the screen so you can see it. HiloNewsMiami.com. It's in the link in all our bios on our social media. Our crowdfunding campaign is there. There's a pop-up. So, HiloNewsMiami.com.
I want to say thank you, special thanks to Munch, Tantas, our lovely bartenders here, our DJ, Super Dre, and a wonderful thank you for all our guests here tonight. I hope you enjoyed being here with us tonight. Give yourselves a round of applause. Everybody looks so beautiful tonight.
Thank you, sponsors. Bo Does Catering. The food is welcome. Puro Bar and Lounge, sponsor. Yvette Harris PR. All Like Minds Media, Munch, Lashbox, by DR. Like, all of our sponsors, special thank you to you. Without you, this couldn't have happened tonight. So I really appreciate you guys. All local Black-owned businesses, thank you.